Hello, and welcome to the Creative Mindset Podcast. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I am thrilled to welcome you. This show is about vision and tactics. We will discover practical techniques to develop your vision of your creativity. We'll also discuss techniques to find the mental and emotional space, as well as the inspiration to create. And then we'll explore what it takes to spread the word about your creations so you can live your best and most creative life.
Today, I want to talk about beginnings. I'm actually in New Mexico right now. That's why you're hearing the booming of my voice, because I'm in a pretty empty room in a new house. Not my house. I traveled to help someone else do their thing. And I know we're about to round the bend to New Year's Eve, and there are going to be lots of resolutions. And the thing that I'm concerned about, or actually concerned with on today's episode, is starting to implement the resolutions you make for yourself, and especially if they're creative ones. How do you begin? Right? So let's talk about writing. Let's say you decide this year's the year I'm going to start a journal or my novel or a comic book. It doesn't matter what. Let's say it's just the day you decide to start, right? So January 1st, you're sitting in front of a blank piece of paper. What do? Ooh, that blank space feels really odd and a little daunting, doesn't it? How do you begin? What's the first thing? Well, if you decide you're going to keep a journal, I would suggest before the first of the year, find yourself a notebook or a journal that you will really like. Find something that you will enjoy keeping with you, enjoy opening. Find something that has a lovely cover. And on the very first page, at the very top, write something like, "Today I will write," and then an ellipsis, the little 3 dots. And then give yourself until January 1st, until you open it back up, and look at that, "Today I will write, ... and start saying something. Now, if it doesn't work right away, if you sit there and you face that page, often even just those few words will help because the page isn't blank. But if it stays blank, then ask yourself the question, if I were someone who knew what to say, that would be, or if I knew what I wanted to write, I would write, and then see if it comes. Or just write down, I have no freaking idea what to say. Or blah, 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 blah. Literally writing that. Why? Because it puts something down. It gets you into the act of writing. It gets pen to paper, as it were, and it gets the actual action of the ink going on the paper, soaking into it, and becoming indelible. And ink is indelible for the most part, unless you have the erasable ink kind, but for the most part, once you've started, you'll at least have the impression of what you wrote. And that's pretty crucial, because once you have something, you've started. You've gone from a 0 to a 1, and that means the process inside your mind, inside your subconscious, has begun to juice up. It's begun to sizzle. And if it's begun to sizzle, it'll soon start flaming. And your mission will be to stay caught up on what it is your brain is trying to say. So if you begin something, whether it's a journal or a novel or a comic book or a drawing, make a line, make a letter using pen and paper, And it will give you it's like a train starting. It will give you that motion that will allow you to begin. And once your subconscious is engaged in doing that, the flow of conversation, if you will, the flow of one thing going into the other, will make it like a machine that will keep going. I hope this little technique helps, and until next time, I send you all my love.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the podcast if you're new, and please tell your friends about the community we're building here. Today's episode was produced by Isolde Trachtenberg and is copyright Isolde Trachtenberg 2019. Today's music was from Kevin MacLeod, Laser Groove, and Ave Marimba, brought to you by Creative Commons License 3.0. As always, please remember this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, although we can always hope. Until next time, I send you all of my love.